Hello student, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to study about database model. I hope that you have watched my previous video related to database management system. Let's get started. Database model. What do you understand by the word model? Model means a design or a structure. So a database model is a logical design and structure of a database. If you need to construct a database for an organization, for an institute, you will not directly start with the database management software immediately. You will have to first construct the design and structure of the database. Means you need to decide what will be the elements, how many elements, various elements which are involved and how they are related to one another. What will be the constraint and everything that needs to be first put on your blueprint. Then it will be implemented. So you can say that database model is a logical design and structure of your database. A data model can also be seen as an abstract model. What do you understand by the word abstract? Abstract means to hide the unnecessary detail from the layman. Okay? If you need to construct a database for university, a database for any kind of organization, the coding part will not start immediately. You need to construct a design for your database. So over here, you can relate it as an architect planning before actually starting with the construction. So a database model can be categorized as conceptual data model, representational data model, and physical data model. What is a conceptual data model? Conceptual data model is also called as a high-level data model. This conceptual data model is used for requirement gathering, what the system contains. So you can easily develop a conceptual data model for the need. Who is going to develop the conceptual data model? All the business stakeholders who are involved in making the system. They will identify the entity. Okay, the data architect, they will identify the entity and they will identify the relationship between the entity. And it can be drawn on a piece of paper. That is a conceptual data model which is highly abstract. Highly abstract means you are going to hide the unnecessary details. Now over here you can depict which entity is involved with another entity, what will be the relationship, but you will not, or the attribute through which it has been related will not be visible. So here in a diagram you can just see that customer is related to product. Customer is related to product and customer is going to have some attribute. Now via which attributes it is related is not known. So the conceptual data model is being implemented using the ER model. In our next video, in our upcoming video, we'll study about what is actually the ER model, how it can be drawn. So just remember that conceptual data model is a high level data model. It is specially used for requirement gathering. Over here we are going to identify which are the various entities that will be involved in a database and how it will be related. That is all about the conceptual data model. Next is the logical data model. Logical data model, it defines the structure of data elements to set the relationship between them. Okay. So over here, you are going to decide how the system should be implemented. How the system should be implemented. And it is database agnostic. Means irrespective of various database management system, you will define the logical data model. you will define the structure. So it describes the data needs for a single project, but could integrate with other logical data model based on the scope of the project. Over here, the business analyst and the data architect will decide or will work on the logical data model. It will decide how the system will be implemented. Okay, the main aim over here is to decide how the system will be implemented. So in a previous, that is in the conceptual data model, we are going to identify the attributes. We are going to identify the entities. Over here, we'll identify the attributes. We'll find out which will be the key attributes, which will be the non-key attributes, how the attributes of one entity will be related to another entity. All this kind of details we will find out in the logical data model. Okay, so over here you can see from the diagram, customer is related to the product. Over here in the previous one, just the customer name and customer number was written. Over here we are going to give the particular data type for each kind of attribute. That is nothing but the logical data model, which is little bit in more detail as compared to that of the conceptual data model. Next is the physical data model. It describes a database specific implementation of data model. Whatever data model we have defined in a logical data model, we will actually implement that. Okay, we will select one of the database management software according to a requirement, and then we will implement the logical data model. A layman will not understand the language, whatever query that is being used. It helps us to generate the schema. Over here, the actual implementation will be done. Now, whatever entities we have identified in the conceptual data model will be implemented as a table. Whatever attributes we have find out in the conceptual data model will be implemented as a column name. We will develop a table, we will create a table specific to all kind of norms which needs to be followed by the database management system. How much length should be allocated to a particular attributes, what kind of data types we need to use, what will be the foreign keys, what will be the primary keys, what indexes, what views needs to be provided. Everything, that is every detail will be implemented in the physical data model. Okay, so what we have studied in our today's lecture, we have studied about we have studied about conceptual data model, logical data model, and physical data model. Conceptual data model, over here we are going to design a database. We are going to design a structure using the entity relationship model. In representational data model or the logical data model, we are going to put much detail to our design by giving proper data types, by making the system that will implement it easily in the physical data model. And physical data model is the actual implementation of your system. I hope that you like my lecture and you understood about the categories of data model. Thank you for watching. Kindly like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.